I want you guys, this is my team that I represent, man. We out here killing it. Obviously, we're all in UWE. So UWE is like the NFL. But a lot of us have also individual teams within the NFL, right? So, or within UWE. So our team that we represent is called Freedom Fighters Dynasty. Now, you might be asking yourself, damn, Freedom Fighters Dynasty? Just research what a dynasty is. And then you'll holler at me because that was a lot of thought put into that. So I wanted to make sure I give a shout out to the Freedom Fighters Dynasty team and just shouts out to everybody that's on here because we got people from everywhere that's on here. So I'm going to go ahead and share something with you guys. Well, first, I'm going to do something. Well, let me get into it, and then I'm going to be bringing a couple of people up because I want you to hear. We have a lot of rising stars. Some of you I'm going to pick right off the screen, but some of you I already reached out to you previously, and you confirmed. I know I asked you last minute, but now we got up to 100 people, and I think it would be good to start. So, all right, let me share my screen. I'm going to show you guys something really quick. All right, so first I want you to think about is, I know you're going to look at both of those, but I really just want you to look at this one first, right? Can anybody see this? Upgrading customers to agents. All right, that's critical. Now I'm going to give you a tip. I know I'm going to talk about this, but I want to tell you something very important just at the beginning of everything. So when you are corresponding with a prospect, right, and they tell you, okay, I need credit repair, all right, sometimes we get excited and then we try to upgrade them as an agent before they even sign up. If you have ever done that, be transparent now. Say me in the chat. Let me go to the chat. Let me see who keeping it 100. I'm gonna put me too now. I did it too. Hold on one second. I used to do it. Right? That means the person says credit. They just want credit. But then you got excited. So you said, man, let me try to upgrade them as an agent. Now you start talking to them about the business, and then they don't do it. That happened to me. That has happened to me before. So I got so excited. I'm like, man, you sound like you'll be a good agent. How the good agent sound, right? Because they said they want to make money. Here's the tip. Now, I didn't even get into the first one because the first one is upgrading someone who's already a customer to an agent. What I'm talking about is the initial conversation and someone's telling you they want to become a customer. So don't make the mistake I used to make by listening to them and say, I think you should be an agent, and then start talking about the agent side. It's too, okay. So if I'm talking to a prospect, the only way I'll bring up the agent side is if they bring it up first, right? So if they say, man, like I had a guy yesterday, he's a truck driver. Matter of fact, I got to follow up with him today. He talked about the credit repair at the beginning. Once I explained everything to him, he said, oh, I see you looking for agents. Then I explained the work from home side a little bit. I just told him how much we get paid, the life insurance, yada, yada, yada. He could do it from anywhere, and then boom. Yes, you definitely want to lead with the services, but it's not about really just leading with the services. That's if you're going to them. I mean, if someone's reaching out to you and they just telling you they want credit repair, don't try to convince them to become an agent. Now, here's when you can do it, when you already sign them up. So get them in the system as a customer first, and then say, hey, man, I got a way I can help you, get your $89 back, or I got a way I can help you get some money on the side, and then you can upgrade them. But just know you got until that Monday before 5 to upgrade them. We talked about that before, but I just wanted you to keep that in mind because a lot of people, they get excited, they get them on the phone, and then they try to take them from a customer to an agent. That's like you going to a restaurant, telling the restaurant that you want snapper, and they come back and bring you steak. How many of you leaving how many of you telling them to take it back? That makes sense? You go to the restaurant, you like, man, I need me some snapper right now. And they just bringing you steak. You like, well, I just told you snapper, right? They're telling you they want credit repair, but you're bringing them the agent. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You can do it. You can talk to them about it after they're already in the system. Because sometimes a person will be like, man, I don't like how you just switched that up on me. Some people frown upon that and they think you're just trying to sell them. Because think about it, $299, they got to pay more. They don't understand that they're going to get it with the credit repair and all that. Da, da, da. In their mindset, they're thinking you're trying to get one over on them. So just keep that was a bonus tip. We didn't even start training. I just wanted to drop that on you for that. That's powerful. Now, all right, so let's get into number one, right? Upgrading customers to agents. So when you log into the system, when you sign up a customer, they get put into, yeah, she's at fajitas, not enchiladas. I like that. I don't know who that is, TY, but I like that. Good example. So, okay, so when you sign up a customer, they go into a little customer holding tank, right? Now, that customer had to have made at least 3 payments, right? So I tell them like 90 days, sometimes it's 60 something days, but at least 90 days. So after they make 3 payments, and that include their first payment when they sign up, that's payment 1. So once they make 2 payments after that, they're eligible to upgrade from a customer to an agent. Okay, keep that in mind. So this week, this is what I want you to do. I want you to log into your system. Let me show you. So you're going to log into the UWE. One second. Okay. Ooh, I got another person just hit me up. Okay, so when you log into UWE, you're going to go to reports. Then you're going to go to customer reports. And then it will be right here, customer holding tank. Right? Now, these are the customers that you're going to be able to, that's going to be held in that holding tank. Okay. But if you want to see the customers that's now eligible, right? Because I just wanted to show you at least what a customer holding tank is, but there's a separate department for the customers that's now eligible to upgrade to an agent. It's right here. It says enroll customer as agent. Now, mind you, if I'm not mistaken, a customer can do it in their own back office. But what I like to do is when the names get on this list, I just call them and say, hey, I got great news. Because remember, some of the customers, they've been watching you. And this is why it's so important for you to follow up with your customers. You got to follow up with your customers. If you follow up with your customers, make sure they got their letters, make sure they sent the responses back to the credit bureaus, make sure all of these things are happening on the credit side. When it's time for you to reach out to them about the agent, 2 things happen. One, they remember you took care of them as a customer. So they believe you're going to take care of them as an agent. And then number 2, right? They're already familiar with how you are, right? So just keep that in mind. Did that make sense? Did that help anybody here? I don't know if it helped anybody. I know some of you are on here are veterans. Y'all know this already. But I'm talking to the new people. I'm talking to people who may not know this, because that really helped me early in my career, knowing who to upgrade from a customer to an agent. And that's low-hanging fruit, right? Some of us are part of the check challenge, right? And you got to get at least 2 agents this week. So today is the last day for that check challenge. So I want you to think about that, but go for the low-hanging fruit. And then you could tell me, well, Coach Kev, I don't have any customers. I haven't signed up any customers. Well, then this is where you want to go ham on Facebook. You want to go ham on IG. You want to go on Clubhouse. You want to go on WhatsApp. You want to do whatever your mentor tells you, whatever your group is telling you to help you get leads. You want to do trial runs today to get more leads, to sign more people up. All right, if that makes sense. So, yeah, so you want to do that. And you also want to be consistent with that, because remember, even if you don't get anybody today, you've planted the seed. Even if you haven't gotten anybody this week, you planted a seed, right? Your harvest will be plentiful, but you got to keep planting. You got to keep planting. So let me go on the chat. I hope that helped them. If that helped you, put a 10X in the chat, just so make sure I got you. Okay, what is the price difference between customer and agent? So usually the price difference, I always tell them, is $211. So the upgrade from a customer to an agent, the customer has to pay now again $211. Now it can be cheaper, but because it's a lot of different reasons why it can be cheaper depending on when they got in. I just like to say $211. That's the most a person will have to pay to upgrade. Okay, Donnie, you didn't know this. I like that. And Donnie, you killing the game, bro. Just congratulations to you on your success and your team. You guys are growing. Just keep following Mr. Alan Pender, man. He's a monster. And just keep getting on these trainings. And I know you got multiple businesses, but you're making it work, Donnie. So I'm glad you know it now, because it's gonna help you. And you got this early. It took me a little minute to catch on to that. All right. So a lot of people said they needed this. Okay, good. Let's move to the next part. So now, since we're done with that, I need people to take the bait. I guess, Christine, I don't look at it as debate. I guess maybe I'm confused. I guess are you trying to make them take the bait with customer, then switch it over to agent on purpose? Is that what you mean, Christine Brown? Let me know. You can waste a lot of time with that. So keep that in mind. What's up, Caitlin Barber? You know, me and you got a Zoom. So me and Caitlin got a Zoom coming up this Tuesday at 9 p.m. I already know she's going to crush it, all day. So, all right, Kyle, I see you. I'm getting to it. So let's go over this next one, and then I'll bring up the people that I mentioned to you earlier. Okay, so I got the list here. So I want you to think about what I'm telling you right here. Now, this is critical. Now, as you guys know, and some of you probably don't know, my name is Coach Kev. I'm a regional ambassador with the company. And prior to this company, I've always focused on mindset. I've always, even now, but I always focused on how do I build mental toughness. I'm a certified life coach. I have tons of different leadership awards from different businesses and different companies. Just hold on, let me show y'all, just so y'all know. 1 second. So look at this. You probably probably can't see, but this was a minute ago. Anybody can see that date? Let me turn this off. All right. That's 2011, right? This was a commencement speech, right? I did. This is a leadership award from college, Palm Beach State College, back in 2013. So this is way before I even signed up with the company, right? And of course, we got UWE awards. We got a few more over there. Other awards from different companies. Let me show you this. Some of you guys were in this company we were in before. This one's special to me too, because this was my wife and I. We made it to a prestigious title. I'm not sure what year this was in, maybe 2011. But either way, I'm showing you all of that to show you that this is not my first rodeo. Like, I've been coaching, I've been helping people. So I have the mindset to help you push, right? So I'm qualified to tell you what I'm about to tell you. Now, as you're building your business, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, things you're going to go through, but 90% of it's going to be mindset. I'm going to run through this and I'm going to bring these people up. But one thing I want you to observe about all these people I'm going to bring up, listen to their words. Listen to their mindset, why they're doing what they're doing, how they're doing what they're doing, how they're pushing through the challenges and the pain or whatever's going on in the real world, right? All right. So the mindset of a I should have put true leader, a leader, right? Positive is down, negative's up. What does that even mean? What the hell are you talking about, Coach Cap? Positive's down, negative. I thought it was supposed to be positive all the time. But here's what I mean. Well, when you have a team, when you have people on your organization, you want to only tell them positive stories. You only want to have a positive dialogue with them. That's very important. Your negatives go up. So if you're having challenges in the business, I know some of you like, well, Coach Kev, I want to keep it 100 with my team. You're missing the whole point. I keep it 100 every time. But one thing about information, right? You have to be able to handle certain information in a certain amount of time. That's the reason why when you go into school, right? They don't teach you things in the 12th grade and the 9th grade, right? There's levels to this. So as you get higher into the grades, they start giving you more heavier information. So I want you to think about that. Even our kids, there's certain things we experience as adults, as parents, we don't tell our kids. They can't handle that, right? Right or wrong. Somebody put right or wrong. Am I right or right in the chat, right? There's certain things you can't tell them. You just can't. You just can't. And you're like, man, I remember, you guys know I'm married. I remember when me and Michelle, I forgot how old the kids was, bro. I know they was less than 10. And we didn't get in an argument because Michelle she's really amazing when it comes to compromise and understanding certain things. Because she's Hispanic. My mom's Jamaican, dad's Bahamian. So I'm like black, right? So, but it was a time where I told her, tell the kids that Santa's not real. They was looking at me like, what? Santa not real, bro. Santa ain't real. You know what my mom used to tell me when I was a kid? Santa ain't buy none of these gifts. Not one, right? Not one. So she didn't tell me that to bust my bubble. I didn't tell my kids that to bust their bubble, but I want them to understand there's going to be certain information, right? Now, when they was 5 and 6, now some of y'all gonna be like, what? Would I tell them that about UFOs at that age? No, because they can't handle that. That might be a little too negative, right? Well, I tell them right now at 5 or 6, man, we in World War III and the world is going bananas. No, that's too much information. Some of you are dropping bombs like that on your team, and you're not understanding that they're looking up to you. I want y'all to think about this. Think about something. Some of you have been on these Saturday trainings for months. Some of you have been on these trainings for years with me. Think about how many Saturdays I missed. Think about that. See, things happen on Saturdays. I will never tell you. You know why? It doesn't matter. I don't even want to put that in your head, okay? Because I'm going to make it through it. I show up Saturdays, right? It's like consecutively I'm showing up. And life is happening. Life is happening, but I'm never going to tell you because it doesn't matter, right? Positive down, negatives up. If I'm having a tough day in my life, or, I've been to funerals that none of you would never know. I've told a few people, right? But it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. If I have a challenge with maybe somebody within my organization, no one else would know. No one would know. You want to know why no one would know? Because positive down, negatives up. I'll go to my upline about that. I'll go to Bruce about that. I'll go to Alfred about that. If something is affecting me or something negative happened within my organization, I'm never going to tell my downline. I'm never going to tell them. I want them to feel like I got it all together. And I know some of you like, well, Coach Gail, why you doing? You any parents on here? If you're a mom or dad, put mom or dad in the chat. If you're a mom or a dad, put mom or dad in the chat. Right? So you're going to do whatever it takes to protect your kids. You're going to do whatever it takes to protect them. And I want you to remember that. You want to give them the information they're going to need to make that next decision. And if you're a mom or a dad, if things are going on financially with bills, or maybe you and your husband or wife or your significant other had an argument, or maybe you're single and you didn't have an argument, but it's hard financially. You don't want to tell your kids that every time. Why? Because positive down, negative up. Guess what you're going to tell your kids? Everything going to be. You know what my mom told us when me, my brothers, and her was living in a shelter? You want to know what my mom told us in the shelter? We in the shelter. You know what she told us? We're going to get out of here. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to get my car. I'm going to get my house. Y'all want to watch a movie? She was acting like nothing was happening. like she acted like, and you want to hear something so crazy? It worked. We went to sleep in the shelter, not really caring that we was in the shelter. Did y'all catch that? That's positives down, negatives up. So if you ever have a challenge with your team or your whatever, don't tell them. I'm never going to tell my team, man, I'm not going to go hard today. I'm not going to go get agents today. I'm not going to go get customers today. I'm not going to do trial runs today. I'm not going to talk to this person today. I'm not going to listen to that person today. I'm never going to do that. Because guess what? Guess what my team's going to do? They're going to remember I said that. They're going to remember I said that. And just like you want positive stuff to duplicate, the negative things can duplicate too. Ooh, y'all missed that. I ain't even charging. Yeah, look, I'm qualified to charge y'all for this information. Man, I'm going to do a master class. I'm charging everybody. All right. So remember, positives down, negatives up. If you have something that's bothering you, that's happened to you in the business or challenges, maybe sometimes it has nothing to do with the business. It's just personal. Talk to your upline. Talk to your mentor. And if you don't have an upline, call corporate and say, hey, can you tell me the vice president or the ambassador above my mentor? Can you tell me who's a top crown so I can call them? And maybe you want to call them because you don't have their number. Corporate will help you with that. So keep that in mind, but don't pass anything negative down to your team. Always remain positive. The next mindset of a leader, you want to outwork your team. Think about LeBron James. Think about when Kobe was alive, when he was in the game. Think about any sport. You want to outwork your team because your team has to see you grind. And your team got to see you somewhat fail too. They got to see, bro, yesterday we had the double points. Now I'm telling you straight up. Yesterday we had the double points. I was going crazy, calling everybody, messaging everybody. I didn't get one customer yesterday. Not one. But guess what? Now I'm telling you this right now, but I'm telling you, my goal is to outwork everybody every single day. And that's what you want to do. You want to outwork your team. Don't worry about that, Caitlin. She like same with that sad face. Girl, you better turn that emoji around. That don't affect me at all, right? So you want to outwork your team. Today you want to go hard. Today you want to get customers. Today you want to get agents. Today you want to do whatever it takes. Why? Because you're going to lead by example. You want to always shoot your shot. That's what you want to do, right? Next thing, the leadership chain. This is very, very important. The leadership chain is very, very, very important. So here's how it goes. It's me, then it's Bruce, then it's Alfred, right? Then it's corporate, okay? If I have a challenge, right? I'm not gonna go to maybe a RVP in another organization to talk to them. I love the RVPs. I love the EVPs. I love the SVPs. I love every title in other teams, but I'm going to go up my leadership chain of command. Some of you are skipping the leadership, and with you skipping the leadership chain, you're missing something. You don't want to do that. You want your team to go to you. Now, some people are going to say, oh, I'm just going to go to this person just because I know they can help me. That's fine. I'm telling you right now, as a top leader and producer, you're doing it wrong. Go up the proper leadership chain because there's an ambassador. You just got to call UWE to find out who it is. There's a regional ambassador. There's a crown. There's somebody up that leadership chain. Some of us are telling our neighbors that's not in the same organization, not in the same business, not in the same downline, your challenges, your problems, what's happening. You don't do that. Go right up the leadership chain. I'm telling you. Here's an example. Let's say so I used to work at an ad agency too, and we had different departments. So I was in the account executive department where I was helping train the brand new account executive to teach them how to help the business owners build their businesses. So we were in the account executive department, right? And then we had a social media department. We had a writing department. We had a phone service department, meaning when business owners need to have, when you go call those business owners or their businesses, and then you hear like the nice jingle or the voicemail or a receptionist. So we had those different departments, right? Now, if I had a challenge or issue with anything or any client in the account executive department, I'm not going to go to the social media manager to tell them what happened. That's me outside of the leadership chain. I'm staying within my chain. Does that make sense? Now, I've heard people say, well, my mentor isn't available. Keep messaging them. Keep calling them. Because you going outside of the chain, that's going to hurt you in the long run. Maybe not initially, because you want your team to do the same thing for you. That's my point. You want your team to come to you. You want them to come to you because you're the expert, man. You know what to do. Okay? Did that help any? I don't know who I was talking to on that one, boy. I see the chat. Little fire. Am I talking to anybody? Put me if I'm talking to you. Or it makes sense. I don't want to put you out there. Right? But makes sense. I'm preaching. Hey, I ain't trying to preach. Let me move on so I can stop preaching. Next one. And the last one, I'm gonna bring the people up. Invest back into your business. That's important. So I do ads, I do trial runs. Sometimes I'll take care of somebody lunch. If when they do the trial run, somebody signs up, that's me kind of investing back into my business. That's me doing what I have to do. Business cards, flyers, door hangers, whatever. You want to invest back into your business, right? Christine, a trial run is basically when you give someone something to post for you. And let's say, Christine, you have like a post on your page about credit. You could get other people to post it for you, which is going to create leads, but then you reach out to all those people that's interested. That's another training. You might have to reach out to the person that got you involved, Christine, and ask them specifically how to set up a trial run, but it's really easy. It's a way to get leads. But the bottom line is you want to invest time and invest into your business. Investing time is books, right? Other network marketing, like 10X with Grant Cardone, Eric Worre's trainings, different training to help you build yourself up as a leader. That's you investing back into your business. Marketing material, ads, different things just to help put your name out there. Business cards, flyers, t-shirts, hats, masks that says credit, right? So this is a good me investing into my business. Can anybody read that? If you can read that, put it in the chat. What it say? I'll wait. Boom. There you go. Right? So this is another form of investing into your business, just different marketing material. I know some of y'all are like, hey, I'm going to do that. You can do that. Right? So, all right. So that's that. Now, before I go to the next part, I want to bring up these individuals because I really want you to hear from some leaders that have not only done a lot, but they continue to build. And you're going to hear different people from all walks of life. So this first gentleman I'm going to bring up, his name is Mr. Kyle Garrison. Man, I love this gentleman because not only is he consistent, but he does whatever it takes to build. If he on vacation, I know his wife be like, bruh, can you put the phone down? He's still doing it, right? He does it gracefully because, this is not his first rodeo. But I want you to hear from him. He'll probably take about 2 minutes or less. He's going to give you guys just some nuggets. He's consistently signing up customers, agents. He's building a team. But I would love for you to hear just a little bit of words of wisdom from him and a few other leaders. Coach Garrison, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, Coach Kev.
All right. Go ahead and take it away. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So look, Coach Kev, first of all, I want to give it back to you. Thank you for your awesome leadership, everything that you do for our team each and every day. I'd like to also reach out and thank some of our team members for being awesome in what you're doing in your businesses. I definitely see you, and you're setting a fine example for your teams. But yes, my name is Kyle Garrison, and I'm from Baltimore. And I came across this platform about a year and a half ago. Um, and it just totally made sense. Long story short, I got started, started seeing immediate results, be it from getting my student loans deleted, signing up customers, signing up agents. But most importantly, what I've been doing now lately has just been building my business, building up my personal development, sitting in on listen to Eric Thomas each and every day. That's been helping me out. Also been guiding my new agents as they come in and utilizing these weapons of mass production that we have. You need to get these things into your business. This flyers, the magazine, the UWE magazine. These are things I use when I go out into the community. Magazines, I don't give them away unless somebody's really going to sign up. I just recently signed up an agent yesterday. Ironically, he was one of my middle school students, saw the vision, jumped straight on, didn't hesitate. So it feels good to be grooming him as well with the business. Uh, and last night, in the middle of the night, guys, I started a post now, and I went into various groups and I did this. And Octavia Boone saw the post. I was all the way in North Carolina posting. I was all over the place, just blitzing. But it's talking about looking for realtors who are interested in starting their own credit repair service just to help their clients increase their scores and become qualified. Bam. And I just blitzed all over through my groups, and the response has been astronomical, be it uh, interested. I don't even let people off the hook if they say like. If they say like, I learned from a Jay Hongo, oh, hey, thanks for liking my post. Just curious, were you interested in credit repair or uh, working in business? Um, if so, I definitely appreciate it. Um, and it kind of goes like that, but not to the exact word, because I have a lot of my stuff written down. So whatever I go into trainings or webinars, I always have my ink pen and my notebook, screenshots. So this post has been doing great, even if people hit me back with likes. Again, I don't let them off the hook. I let them know that I appreciate them. And if they want to join, that's fine. If not, I'm appreciative. And, it's just a thing where we follow and we duplicate. I follow what Coach Kev's play call is each and every day in our group. And I just try to implement that in what I'm doing and let my team members follow as well. So, like to welcome on Lamar Mitchell. He's my newest agent. He's on today. And Coach Kev, that's my time. I'd like to thank you for having me on.
Wow, man. Incredible. Incredible. Guys, I went to his page. I got so excited for y'all. I went to his page and stole it and put it right in the chat. So grab it if you can. Thank you so very much, Kyle. And that's the reason why we always got to show up to these trainings. You never know when someone's gonna give you a nugget that's so simple to do. You just gotta apply it. So thank you. I appreciate you for your leadership. And guys, the best is yet to come for this leader. So wow. All right, let's move to the next individual. That was bananas. Hey man, you guys better thank him for that one. All right, so let me bring up this gentleman, Mr. Jay Williford. No, actually, let me bring up a young lady. So let me bring up Miss Kiwi. I would love for you, Miss Kiwi, to kind of share, obviously, your success, but also any words of wisdom. Keep in mind, we got a lot of new people on here, a few seasoned veterans. And yes, word board is awesome. I don't want y'all to have a whole conversation about word board in the chat and you about to hear nuggets. So yes, get on word board, do that. But everybody else, I need y'all to focus. But I want you to hear from this young lady real quick. She used to be a paralegal. She was a paralegal for 12 years. Super on point. Came in just to really get her credit going. And then when she saw this platform, got a hold of it, her vision grew. And she's now an executive elite with the company, knocking on the door of ambassador. So I want you to hear from her. She has a huge team, national trainer. I'm sure you guys have seen her on the Power Hours. She's a boss with the sauce. Ms. Kiwi, go ahead and take it away, madam.
Thank you so much. I want to give it back to you, Coach Kev, for consistently, for one, he said, how many Saturdays did he miss? I mean, I could probably count it on one hand, and I've been in the business over almost 3.5 years. You're consistent, and your leadership is what makes me keep going, because whenever I have a down day, I can say, you know, what would Coach Kev do? And that gives me the motivation to keep going. But as he stated, I was a paralegal before getting into this business. I was speaking about this the other day with another top leader in the company about, you know, when I enrolled. Like when I enrolled, the place I was in my mind, where I was in my life, it just wasn't where I wanted to be. I was 38 years old at the time. And when you look back and reflect at your life from the outside in, I said, well, dang, that's all I accomplished in 38 years of life, is just working here at this law firm. I have bad credit. I can't move. I have all these things going on. So when I came into this business, I didn't know what to do. In all honesty, I didn't even have the money to get enrolled, but I did what I had to do to take a chance. I pretty much closed my eyes and let Coach Kev guide me. Whatever he told me to do, I did it. Even if I didn't feel like doing it, I did it, because if I'm going to be successful in something, because I'm tired of corporate America and what I was dealing with in the law firm, then I have to put everything I have into something that I just invested in, knowing that, you know, if this doesn't work out, then what I'm going to do. And I've invested and done things in the past. I've modeled. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys know this true fact, but I had applied for America's Top Model. I got put on the show like I was going to be a contestant. A week later, I found out I was pregnant, and I decided that being a parent was more important than being whatever would have happened on that show. I wouldn't have made it far because I can't swim. So when they would have had the little water skits, I'd have been out ASAP. But anyway, so I've had many opportunities to elevate, but I've let people come in every time and take my mind off of what it is I was going to do. But when I invested in this company, I gave myself a promise that I would do 2 to 3 years, Kiwi. You're going to give this 2 to 3 years. I don't care if you don't make no money, but let's see where you are in 2 to 3 years. It was Lakeisha Marion for me when I went to my first live event. And she walked up on that stage, you know, sis is already bad. You know what I mean? She's a real boss. She had on her little heels, her red bottoms. She was dressed to the nines, and I'm just inspired. Like, dang, look at her. And then I'm looking around at the fellas. They got on them high water suits, you know, with the good cuffs on them or what. I ain't know about no high water suit back then. I thought the suit was actually high water. But anyway, we're going to move on, right? But I'm looking at them, and I see people who look like me. I see people who were once in a predicament where I'm in at that time when I enrolled. And she went up there and she spoke about the things that she went through and where she is now. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I said. Ain't no way they made no money like that in this credit business. That's what my mind said. But on the other side, I said, what if they did? So again, I go back to reflecting on whatever my mentor said. So if Coach Kev said, you got to get on this webinar, I was on the webinar. There were times where I was tired at one point of getting on the webinars, but like he said, I would get on and Bruce would give me a nugget I didn't know. See, I didn't know anything about credit when I enrolled. Obviously, if I did, I wouldn't have had a 465 credit score. So what I'm telling you is, if you're new, whatever they're telling you to do that, right? If I needed assistance, I always went to Coach Kev. If Coach Kev was not available, I called agent support, and I would sit on the phone with them for hours with papers of questions that I wrote down because I need them all answered now. And my mentor may not be available. Why? Because he's doing the same thing I'm doing, prospecting and trying to get new agents and customers. And maybe at that time he was dealing with a new agent. Some of you get frustrated because you can't get your mentor, and instead of thinking outside the box, you immediately shut down and now you're ready to quit. See, in corporate America, if you can't get to HR or you can't get to your boss, like he said, you're going to level up and go to the next level. So if you're really serious about this business, I want to hold you true to the fire. Does Miss Kiwi have missed shots all the time? I ain't no basketball player, but I keep shooting anyway, right? I keep going, I keep shooting anyway, because regardless of how many shots I make, I'm still making an impact. Somebody in the stands is watching me attempt to make those shots. And even though I missed them, I'm still going to attempt again. So when I made that promise for 2 to 3 years in this business, I meant that. I'm 3.5 years in now, and I'm about to be vice president. I also look at the leaders ahead of me, like Ajaya, like Coach Kev, like Bruce, like Alfred, right? I look at and I listen to their story. I don't just listen to them tell their story. I put it into my day-to-day. So I look at a Jay and say, okay, she's 5-6 years in the business. Look where she is. And I'm hearing at 3 years and 3.5 more years, I should be expected to be where she is. But I got to make sure I keep that same grind that she has. And we all know what Jay and the rest of these top leaders, they grind consistently. So again, if even this week, like Coach Kev said yesterday, I put my all into yesterday. And I gave out my agent link 4 times. Unfortunately, they did not enroll, but they're contacting me this morning, telling me what happened. That's fine. I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to invite them on another webinar. I'm going to continue to do another webinar. I'm going to continue to do whatever I can to help my team and bless them as well. But the one thing I could leave you with is this. At one point in your life, you got to make a decision. You got to stop making excuses, because excuses don't get you nowhere but where you were before. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to that law firm. I don't want to work back in corporate America. So whatever I have to do to grind and consistently grind, and whatever I have to do to help push my team and motivate them, because remember, I'm not working their business for them. They got to be able to see the vision as I see it, but I can help guide them along the way to get them there. Whether they trust me or not, that's completely on them. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get it tomorrow and do it again. And that's all I got for you, Coach Kev. Thank you so much for the platform.
Wow, wow, wow. Woo! I know some of you was like, man, I needed that. That boy Jeremy said, turn me up. That's what I'm talking about. Man, lot of nuggets, lot of value. Just a lot, man. And you know, this is the reason why it's important for you to get on as many as you can. And you can't make all the webinars, you can't make all the trainings, and that's okay. But when you do, you got to apply this information, because you never know who's going to be talking directly to you or what you need to hear. So thank you so very much, Ms. Kiwi. And she makes a lot of sacrifices. All right, let me bring up this other gentleman. Everton, let me know if you want to talk. I know I just threw you in the fire, but let me know. Also, Miss Kiki Joseph, let me know.
Always ready, Coach.
Okay, well, I'll bring you up right now. Hey, you know what I like about leaders, real leaders? They're always ready. They never got to get ready. Y'all ever notice that? Anyway, all right. So I'm going to pass the floor to this gentleman. Again, man, I need you guys to just share a few nuggets. Because I want to bring up a few more other people just so I can get you guys to hear different perspectives. That's important. So this gentleman, man, him and I, just a little bit of a history. So Everton, I learned a lot from Everton, right? Especially on the marketing. It's been times where Everton grabbed my phone when we were always meet. He's like, Coach, let me show you this. And then boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, okay. But it doesn't matter what level a person's at, you can learn from them. There's so many leaders that I learned from, right? Now, when I call Everton, like I was telling you earlier, say, Everton, man, I got this agent that did XYZ. He ain't never hear that. He ain't gonna never hear that, ever. Why? Because that's out of the leadership chain. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But even though him and I are not in the same organization, that's still my brother from another mother, right? I still gotta figure out a way how I can help him, right, without hurting myself. And this is one way I can do it, which is letting you guys hear from, you guys know, when people get to a certain level, I call him a Jedi. He's a certified Jedi. Watch out, he got that blade on him. And I'm not talking about the lightsaber. So go ahead, Mr. Everton, drop some jewels on him. The floor is yours, sir.
Man, thank you, Coach. First and foremost, I just got to give it back to you and your amazing leadership, because a lot of people might not look at it this way, but guys, he gives us a platform every Saturday morning, depending on your time zone. You could be on the West Coast, 8 a.m., East Coast, 11 a.m., or Central, right? 10 a.m. He gives us a platform where we could actually plug in and get extra information to be able to build our business. So, Coach, just for you making that sacrifice, man, I truly appreciate you. And here's something that I want to actually share with you guys. He didn't tell me to say this, but I remember when he just said about this. I first met Coach Kev in 2011, right? He was a certified life coach. Sorry, guys, if my throat going out. But he was a certified life coach. And I was in one of his Power Hour or workshops, right? And I remember, I don't know if you remember, Coach Kev, I sent it to you like last month, a screenshot of him telling me what book to download to help better myself in the industry. Guys, in 2011, if you had met me, you would have never wanted to invite me to the opportunity. I was one of those, right? Street dude. I don't care nothing about trying to connect or talk to other people, but hey, individuals like Coach Kev has been blessing me and playing a role in my life for 11 years. And I could probably say that between you and your team, thank you for everything that you've been doing in my life, Coach, for 11 years. And you probably didn't even notice that, right? But just a little background about myself, guys. I saw this opportunity in 2018 and it just made complete sense. You know, I was working living paycheck to paycheck, overworking on the pay. You guys know the story, right? But a conversation was happening in December 2017, December 21st, 2017. And it went just like this. We're planning on downsizing in your department. Guys, I'm the supervisor in the department. So they was directly telling me, we planning on letting you go, right? So cut a long story short, this is 4 days before Christmas. They didn't fire me, but that was my aha moment. We all have that aha moment. Can we agree? We all have that moment where we say, man, I like Miss Kiwi said, right? Hey, Kiwi, by the way, you can't be messing with these flooded pants. This is what we do, all right? But anyways, so like she said, at the end of the day, you have a decision to make, right? And my decision was made then. A great friend of mine, Mr. Jocelyn Caddiston, in February 2018, so less than 2 months later, shared this information with me. And this conversation was very simple, just like a lot of you guys may have seen this, right? He just basically said, Everton, look, what's your credit score? I told him it was a 451. He said, do you keep your options open on making extra income? I said, of course. Right now, I need something else. So basically, he shared this information with me. He got me in front of Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester. Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester had we had like a little dinner, and Bruce said this one thing that changed my whole trajectory of my business and the whole trajectory of my life. And what was that? He said, Everton, if you run with me for 90 days, I promise you, you won't recognize your life. Well, guys, fun fact, within a month and 23 days, we hit sales director, elite. Sorry, I'm still so caught up on saying sales director, but we hit elite, right? Within 5 months and a week, the company was able to remove a $35,000 medical bill from my credit profile, right? Got my credit from a 451 to a 720. That's a 269-point increase. And within 7 short months of working this business part-time, spare time, right, we was able to fire our boss September 21st, 12:45 p.m. Now, a lot of people will ask me, Everton, well, how do you remember that exact time? Because that's the moment that everything clicked for me. You guys got to understand. See, I'm going to talk to the woman here, right? The parents, whether you're single or you're in a relationship. One thing I know, you guys remember exactly when you gave birth. I don't care if you have 2 kids, 6 kids, you know exactly when you gave birth, right? See, that was the day that I birthed my business. It wasn't the 7 months prior, right? It was when I had the realization like, hold on, wait, I don't have to work for nobody no more. This is 3 days before my 30th birthday, and guys, the rest has been history. I've been following and grabbing along with these gentlemen coattail. Mr. Coach Kev, like he said, he's not in my organization. He's not my direct upline, but this is someone that I respected for over 11 years. So anything I see Coach Kev doing, he don't have to talk directly to me, but just know indirectly, he's still talking to me. And I'm still learning from this gentleman. So Coach, I want to say thank you very much. And guys, if I could leave you with one thing, stop comparing your chapter or your page 1 to somebody else's chapter 33. Understand that, for example, like I said, in 2011, if you saw me, I promise you on everything you love, you would not say, are you interested in making extra income? When they say rough around the edges, that was me. You wouldn't want to reach out to me. And it was very simple because I'm not trying to sit here when you're talking about, I got to go talk to other people. Man, I wasn't trying to talk to anybody else. When I got involved in the industry, see, it made sense to me. But at the same time, I was like, man, there's a lot of beautiful chicks here. I came in for the wrong reasons. I'm just keeping it real. But then when I went to my first event, it made too much sense. And they were talking about money and helping people. And I'm like, hold on, wait. But see, what people don't understand is I got involved in this business, but 7 years prior to that, I was working on me. I had to do personal growth. In order for me to get to where I'm at now, I needed to go through that. I couldn't recruit. I couldn't close business, but guess what? I had to learn all of that. And then what I did was took everything that I learned there and I brought it here. And that's how we're able to excel. So stop comparing your day one to somebody else's chapter 3, chapter 33, chapter 23, any kind of 3. Stop it. Allow yourself to learn. You have great mentors. You have great leaders. Let them teach you so that you could be able to elevate. Coach.
I love it. I love it. Let them teach you, man. Thank you so very much, Mr. Everton, man. He just dropped the anvil on your head just now with that, man. Wow, wow, wow. I don't even need to add anything to that. And again, that's the purpose of me having these leaders come up. And I did forget about that. Think about what he said 11 years ago. That's how long we've been coaching and doing what we have to do. But again, guys, the next wave of leaders are here. All right. So that was really, really good. Let me bring up his next leader, Miss Octavia Boone. This lady here crushed it yesterday. I lost count at 3. I don't know how many people she got yesterday, but her entire team is crushing it. And they're watching what she's doing. And she's learning, right? She's come from the leadership of Miss Kiwi. Anybody come out that lineage, boy, they come out, it's like kangaroos when they drop them, boy, ready to run because they already know what Miss Kiwi bringing to the table. So I want you to hear from this young lady. She's just an incredible leader. She's multitask, very, very creative, always willing to help as many people as she can. She represents Freedom Fighters Dynasty to the highest level. But I want you to hear from her. She hasn't been in the business for a long time, but I promise you, she's about to drop some jewels on you. Miss Octavia Boone, I know you're here. The floor is yours, boss lady.
All right. Good morning, everybody. And thank you. I just want to give it back to you, Coach Kev, for always being consistent, always giving us your time, taking time away from your family. Sometimes as leaders, whenever you're up there, it's expected. Some people expect it of you, but you don't have to do what you do. And I really appreciate the time and the love that you pour into us. So I can be long-winded, so I wrote everything down, but I just came into this company July of last year. So I haven't been in the company long. Within 4 months, I was able to hit the elite title, but that came with a lot of work. I tell my team, it's easy to talk to people. That's the easy part about this, but you have to stay committed and you have to stay focused, even during the hard times. Like, you're going to be hit with a lot of distractions, a lot of no's, a lot of, anything. Like, life happens, but it's in the midst of those times that you have to keep going and you have to remember your why. So my why is so strong. I don't see any distractions. I'm only laser focused on my goals, but it came from personal development. When I came into this company, Coach Kev and Kiwi would always tell us, work on personal development, personal development. And I tell my team the same thing, because you are going to get distracted. You are going to get those no's, but you have to push past the no's because it might just be not right now. So you have to keep going. So, and you can't take those things personal. Everybody is at a different chapter in their life. So at that time, you just have to keep pushing, but also keep in contact with these people. I had a girl sign up yesterday as an agent that thanked me in the text message yesterday after we got off the phone for always staying with her, never giving up on her. She said that, any other person may have taken it like she wasn't serious about the opportunity. But once I got to talk to her yesterday, I found that she had some health issues and she was going through a lot. So she was just very thankful that I continue to follow up with her. So the fortune is in the follow-up, y'all. I reach out to a lot of people. I stay connected with them throughout any process. And then they thank me for that, and they join my organization. But I do lead with my heart as well, because I know what this company and what the services can do for people. I have that passion, and I want to help people. So I lead with my heart. I have that posture, and I just try to reach out to people. And I don't know if it's that energy that I give off, that I connect with people, but they, if they don't sign up, then they're going to sign up in the future. Accountability calls. We have those with my team every day so that we can stay focused, so I can keep them focused as well. So I don't know what they're going through per se. They may not tell me everything, but if we get on these accountability calls every day, at least we can set goals. I can see what's going on with them. I can see the struggles that they're having. And that way we can kind of troubleshoot. And then, we can keep everybody going and moving together, because I always tell them, like, we got to move as a unit and move together. And I can't do that if you don't let me know what's going on with you, so that we can kind of work it out. Also, a nugget is to always be ready. I always tell them, build a link tree. I was at the park a couple of days ago, because if social media doesn't work for you, you have to get outside. So I was at the park. I'm always thinking about ways that I can reach new people. And I just had a conversation. It's just about having a conversation with people. And, I just talked to her. She was a stay-at-home mom. I found out that her and her husband were trying to buy a home and they needed credit repair. So, I exchanged numbers with her, and I sent her my link tree so that we can stay connected. So she ended up signing up as a customer. But it's always just about having that simple conversation with people, and telling them about what you do. Lead with the services. And once she heard, what we do, how we're trying to change the community and help people live a better life, she was all ready to sign up, because she knew that, she said that she knew that I had her best interest at heart. So she felt, more safe to sign up with me. Let's see what I got to say. A follow up with your customers. I had 2 agents upgrade yesterday from being a customer, because I follow the process. I follow them through their whole process. I check up on them. It's not just me signing them up and then leaving them. Is me signing them up. Hey, how you doing today? I thought about you, so I sent you this quick little video. It's just all about connecting with people. They will appreciate it. Just stay committed, stay focused on your goals, reach out to your mentor if you need any help, and we all gonna grow together. Set the tone, so whenever these things do happen, like the double points, that now when you reach out to these people, they will sign up with you, because now they're like, okay, I'm ready. So it just happened like that for me yesterday.
Okay. All right, man, that was not only informational, but you laid it all out, and you actually touched on some of the stuff that I mentioned earlier. So that was good reinforcement, and you didn't even know I was going to go over that. So that just shows everyone how you're not only following that system, but you're putting yourself into situations where you're connecting with different people and leading by example with your team. I love also what you said earlier too about just following up with the prospect and just kind of holding their hand through the process, because so the reason why they upgraded, because they already know you took care of them as on the customer side. Coming in as an agent, it just makes more sense. So that's a good way to organically build. And I love how you was out there at the park, and nobody's safe. I know Miss Erica Sanford talks about that. Miss Kiwi hammers that. You're hammering that, and tons of other leaders has the mindset of nobody is safe. So I love it. Just keep doing what you're doing. We know at some point you will be one of the ambassadors and higher in the company, but you're also creating duplication. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you too. She had that thing all laid out for you guys. So I'm going to bring up another young lady, Miss Caitlin Barber, and I want you guys to hear from her. I never forget to check the time when I got a chance to meet this young lady. We were in Dallas, and somebody just grabbed me and said, "Coach Kev, I need you to take a picture with me and my team." I'm like, okay, right? And then I remember having a conversation with Miss Lakeisha Marion about this young lady. She's like, she's on it. And I want you to hear from this young lady. She's always doing Zoom. She's always doing training. She's pushing through. Another mom, but she's gonna drop a few jewels on you guys right now. Take it and then use it to what you need to do to help you get to the next level. Ms. Barber, you there? Can you unmute?
What's up, Coach Kev? How are you this morning? Thank you so much for the amazing introduction, man. I just have to give it back to you for your amazing servant leadership and all that you do. I mean, showing up every single day. I mean, excuse me, every single day. Yes, absolutely, on those power hour calls, but also just every single Saturday. You could be anywhere else, but you're here. So, man, I just got to give it back to you. So, just to tell you guys a little bit about myself, my name is Caitlin Barber. You guys, I started this platform. I was 22 years old. It's been 1 year in the industry so far. Never done network marketing before. Never been an entrepreneur. Never been a businesswoman. Never been in that atmosphere of individuals, right? I came into this platform, you know, I was in a very hard time of my life at the time. I'm single mom of two. I had my first son at 17, my second at 19, and my situation was very toxic, abusive, and it was time to shift. Right. You know, I wasn't elevating, nothing was changing in my situation. I felt stuck, you guys. And the most saddest, most frustrating, most aggravating place to be in life is a place called stuck. Why? Because when you're stuck, you do nothing. A confused mind does absolutely nothing. And for so long, I felt like I was doing nothing, right? So I needed my credit repaired. I didn't have the finances or the credit to leave my situation. So I'm like, look, let me get things in order. I came across this platform. You know, I got, like I said, never been in the entrepreneur world, man. So it just made sense, you know, to get my credit restored, you know, make a second stream of income, single mom. It's hard to work. It's hard to get things done. You guys, I came into the platform. I've been promoted 3 times in my first year. I do hold an elite title, sales director title in this company, and it's only going up from here. So I do want to touch bases on a few things with you guys. I want you guys to understand this. I know I have some new people on the call, and some of us are continued, right? But one thing that I had to do to grow myself, being that I was 22, I never had to handle certain responsibilities in life, or I never faced certain things in life because I was so young, right? So when I got in, you know, I was in a position where I was like in survival mode, I like to call it. And man, I hated being in that. I hated being in survival mode. I hated it. Right. And I had to realize that my life had to become better than what it is. You know, so I was like, man, I'm 22. Like, what am I going to do to come in this company and like get promotions and help a lot of people and be the person that can lead and show the way? Like, how can I do this at 22 years old? So one thing that I had to do was realize that, you know, my life has to be, you know, become better than what it is. It begins with a shift, right? Knowing that you deserve better than what you currently have, right? You know, understanding that you are not your current circumstance. You will begin to attract things that you never knew you could, you guys. And that was me. I started to attract things that I never knew that I could. You know, I had to trust in God and believe, you know, that I do deserve this shift, right? I've been through so much. I deserve this. My sons, they deserve this. I had to learn that I needed to be an example of adversity. As a leader, you guys, you're going to come across a lot of adversity, a lot of problems, but us as leaders understanding to know that we have to get through the adversity and get through the problems, right? Because we are going to face them, right? You know, showing gratitude in my situation, you know, I really had to just sit back and just tell God, thank you so much for, you know, being where I am, knowing that I'm going to be in a better situation, but let me show gratitude right now. Right? Have that attitude of gratitude in my current situation, 22, not knowing what I was doing, feeling lost, feeling stuck, right? Joining a business, network marketing, credit repair, financial literacy, right? So, you know, I had to start to realize like who will benefit from me accomplishing my goals, you know, who will be affected by you and your goals. This is things that I had to tell myself to grow as a leader so I can be someone of influence that attracts people to me, right? Right? Who will be affected by me giving up if I decided, man, like I can't do this, you know? So I had to look at every adversity and challenge as God asking me, how bad do you really want it? Right? So I want you guys to take note on this. You know, I want you guys to understand that it's about the person that you have to become to be the person that can attract and lead individuals, right? You have to grow, you have to read books, right? Listen to audios. Self-mastery is the best mastery. You know, understand who do you align with? You know, knowing your environment, you guys, you are a product of your environment. You want to continue to throw the dart. And when you get your mental focus on point, it's game over. I continued to throw the dart. I came into this platform at 22. I did not know what I was doing. But when I got my mental focus on point, it was game over, you guys, right? So just remember who will be blessed by your success. Your next level of life is really about who you're walking with. You know, some people are here for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. You know, so in order to attract leadership, it's the law of honor, the attitude of gratitude, and you will have that certain level of championship. So man, I just want to say, you guys, this platform completely changed my life. I could go on and on and on, but I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful to be in this atmosphere. It's only 1 year in, and I'm just excited for what's next. So Coach Kev, thank you so much for allowing me to come on the call, and I'm gonna give it back to you, man.
Yikes. Yikes. I hope y'all caught that, man. Wow. Thank you so very much, Caitlin. And thank you for coming on last minute to drop those jewels. I really, really appreciate that. You know, I know a lot of fellas, you guys were listening, but ladies, that was for you. Y'all can thank us later. That was for you fellas. That's for us too. But I know she was talking to a lot of ladies on that as well. But thank you. And I want you to, she says something, I wrote that down. She said, you deserve better. Wow. You deserve better. That was a powerful statement. She's flew with it. It just spewed out. But think about how powerful that is. You deserve better. She said another powerful statement. How bad do you really want it? Think about what she said with that. How bad do you really want it? She's thinking about her two boys. She's thinking about the life she left. She's thinking about getting to that next level. And somebody put a question, something else she said in the chat. I wanted to read it out loud. She said, Whitney put it in there. Who will be affected if you keep going? Bro, think about that. Who will be affected if you quit? You know, people don't think about that. I see people leave this company. I see people leave their dreams, their goals. Nobody takes your dream away. You give it away. Nobody takes your dream. You just give it to anybody. So who's going to be affected if you quit? Don't quit. Don't quit. And even some of you are making a lot of money. Keep going. Make more money. Help more people. Don't settle. Man, that was incredible. I'm going to bring up one more leader, Mr. Jay Williford. I want you guys to hear from this gentleman. He's actually doing a Zoom today. You know, shouts out to Mr. Alan Pender. I think he gave me a note for y'all. My bad, Jay. He said he listens to, I wanted to bring him up, but he was tied up today. He listens to Eric Worre daily. So that's another nugget from another leader, Mr. Alan Pender. He's an elite. So he listens to Eric Worre daily. So you guys want to get up on that as well. This gentleman, don't bring it up, man. A lot of respect for him, man. Jay, you know, I ain't gonna say he had a fairy tale ending, but he been through some stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I want you to hear from this gentleman. He's not only part of the series for the Power Hour, but he's consistently growing. I'm in his group, so I see him always posting, always enlightening his team, put his team first before himself. But he's going to drop a lot of nuggets on you guys. I want you to take it seriously. If you're doing something else, just focus for right now, because we're about to wrap this whole thing up. Mr. Jay Williford, the floor is yours, sir.
Man, first and foremost, thank you so much, Coach. I know I heard a lot of good things about you, Coach, but I just want to say truly from the bottom of my heart, just thank you for being you. And thank you to Michelle for allowing us to, you know, borrow you so consistently on a week-to-week basis to help us not only personally develop, but also to help expand our businesses. So just thank you. Just thank the Blake family, period, right? So guys, I'm going to be really, really brief. So my background is sanitation. And what I love about being prior in sanitation, guys, is Mr. Alfred Nixon was part of the sanitation, right? So I'm like, man, if he did it, I could do it, right? But, you know, I just want to start with saying, give yourselves 3 to 5 years in this business. If you're new, if you've been in the business, you had some questions, question marks, give yourself 3 to 5 years. Be patient with yourself. Now I want to just touch about why it's so important to be patient and what's some of the things that you should be doing as you're being patient with yourself. If you haven't gone to a live event, guys, you got to get there. You got to get to a live event, right? And first and foremost, we have this tour coming up. If it's a local market in your area that has, that's having a day that they're going to be presenting the information and sharing these tips, you want to get there. You want to get your team there. You want to get guests there. But I want to focus on convention, guys. You got to get to convention. It's a must, because the nuggets that you get, the hallway conversations that are had is like no other. I've never seen anything like this before. And I'm so grateful for the person who brought me in, because they basically just told me to go meet Coach Kev at the Tuesday night event, and he'll take it from here. So he pretty much signed me up, but he put me in the environment that I needed to be in. So I'm forever grateful for that. And I never look back from that. Me and Coach Kev just been rocking and rolling from day one. So I definitely want to speak on mentorship, because Coach Kev has definitely been a mentor. I never did anything like this before, guys. I got a background in the streets, and I got a background in sanitation. And that's about it. I didn't know anything about personal development. I didn't know anything about, reading, listening to audios, reading books to better myself. I didn't know any of that until I was introduced to Mr. Coach Kev, and he gave me the game plan, which he continues to give me, guys, which is so powerful. So if you're new in the business, you've been in the business, and you haven't been leveraging your mentor as you should, you want to leverage your mentor, because Coach Kev has Bruce, Alfred, Ashton. They have the success that I'm looking for, that I want my team to obtain. So I want to follow what they did to get to where they're at, and it's not about the dollars. It's about the person that you're going to become to get to that level, man. And I just want to say on another note, also the same with Coach Kev, just having Coach Kev, I'm just forever grateful for Coach Kev, right? And everything that Coach Kev has told, not just me, but our entire team over these past couple years. I've been in the business now about 2.5 years, coming up on 3 years in October. But everything he's told us in the past, if we stay consistent, these things are going to start to happen. And everything he said, guys, is starting to manifest. He has leaders. We're doing national webinars now. He's a national trainer. He's helping so many people, but we're just duplicating and following our mentor, Coach Kev, who already paved the way. He already put the 11 years in, or however many years he has in speaking and coaching. He did that to bring that here, to give it to us. So that's how I look at it. But I know at the same time, as Coach Kev continues to grow, he's not always going to be available. So I had to start taking on those responsibilities that Coach Kev has. So now, doing those webinars for my team. Now, what's also exciting, guys, is my team is starting to do webinars, so the duplication is happening. That's what we want to see in this business. Duplication. Follow your mentors, because in turn, when you signing people up, you're going to want them to do the same thing. You're going to want them to reach out to you, and you're going to want to be that shining light to help them get to the next level. So that's basically all I had to share with today, Coach. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. And I just want to see everybody at convention. I'm excited. I can't wait. And actually, I'm trying to get to Baltimore too. It's only a couple hours away. So I can't wait to see everybody in Baltimore, especially Mr. Kyle Garrison. Shouts out to you and all your success, brother. And everybody that came before me. Especially, and one more shout out, Coach, if you don't mind. Mr. Everton, Brian, thank you so much, man. You also been helping me along the way, man. So phone conversations we had early on, and then every time we see each other in person, it's always a pleasure, King. So thank you.
Wow. Man, y'all ever seen a black guy blushing? I had to make sure my camera's off, man. I'm over here blushing. Boy, thank you, man. I never thought about it like that. That's a good point. Like, I've learned so much. That's crazy. And I'm literally giving to y'all. I think Donnie put it up for free. Why you should charge $1,000 an hour? $1,000. So Man, thank you so very much, Mr. Jay Williford. All right, Aid, I see you over there, sir. Let me bring you up. I thought you said you want to come up. I'm gonna just bring you up. Now, look, I ain't give you no preference now right now. So you just gonna drop a couple of nuggets. Let everybody know. He's like, all right, baby, leave me alone. I'm coming up. Go ahead, take it away. I'm gonna make you co-host. Go ahead and share a few words of wisdom. I'm not sure how long you've been in the business, but I would love for you to share a little bit before we close this out.
Man, thank you, Coach Kevin. Thank you so much.
Wait, hold on. Somebody gotta mute your girl. One of you gotta mute in that room because that's the feedback.
Okay. Good. All right. You hear me good?
Yep, I can hear you now.
All right, awesome. Good morning, Coach Kevin. Good morning, everybody on this call right now. Man, this business, this is incredible. I feel like that's a family for me because I all my friends in there, I come see them in that business. That make me a power like to go grab what I need. You know what I mean? I pass a lot of business, but it don't go down like that because everything I need to know, I get from you. Everything about the business, how to run a business, how to run an ad, how to advertise your business, to put you up there. I get it right here in UV. Why? Because when I first get started, and I said, man, I don't need that. So when I go check it out, I say, you know what, let me go check it out on YouTube, see what's going on. When I go and I see which person I see Goose watches. I said, what? This is my friend. What's going on? So now I'm like, okay, he's a fresh person. I'm like, what? Okay, I keep watching it again. I keep getting the information how to get on the business, how to run that business. Saying I go check my back office right now. I go watch all the video. That's it. When you first get started to the business, and then you go to your back office, check and watch all the videos. Watch all the videos. That's everything I do every day. Because I go to sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch those videos. Even I'm walking, hey, I'm still doing it. So when I go check in that video, I see Mike, bro. I'm like, no way. You know what? Hey, this is insane. This is Mike. Mike is the next friend again. This is the next friend. Me and Mike go to same school. And I go meet him in the event. That was last year. So he'd be like, what you doing here? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm here, man. I'm like, man, hey, that's happy to see you. So this business made me feel like, yo, this is a family right here. And I keep watching Coach Kevin. Everything I see Coach Kevin post, I'm like, okay, go follow my page. So I get some more follows. So that's why I keep know a lot of things. Now I know how to run ad, I know how to push my business, and I know a lot of things right now. Everton, I keep watching Everton every day. Everything he posts and everything he move, every move he make. I'm like, okay, let me do this too. That's how you learn. That's me. Everything I see top leaders do, I do it. Everything top leaders do, I do it. Who's doing something, I will do it. Coach Legend do something. Oh, this is that guy put me featuring in one week. So I'll go watch that video of Coach Legend Big, and how to run ad and how to post him and what you're supposed to do to get featured. So this guy said, hey, you got to do anything to get to feature. So I'm like, okay, hey, when I get work, I go crazy. I say, hey, what's going on? What's up, man? Hey, yeah, I see you doing a credit repair. I'm like, okay, yes, I do it. You don't want to know more about it? So guess what? I called my uncle who bring me in, and I said, hey, I'm gonna have a 2-way call. And this guy, that's my friend. So that's my friend. So he trusts me. So give me some nuggets. You know, I don't know how everything go. So give me some nuggets so I can put them in the system. So now he talked to me. I did a 2-week call, and then he get started. I'm like, ooh, this is my first customer. Let's get it. So I keep going. In 1 week, I get free training. So the free training, when I get the free training, I go excited, but I'm not too excited. So you know what? Yeah, I say, hey, I need to go next one, the senior free training. I don't need that. Senior free training. I go hard in it. And after next week, after the event, before the event Atlanta, I get to senior. I'm walking out on stage and I shake Coach Kevin hands. I shake my boy Bruce Rochester hands, Coach, all the top leaders, Alfred Nixon, and the same day I get one more customer in the event. That was so awesome. This is an incredible business. I'm not gonna quit that business. I make a lot of people and eyes on me right now, even though my job, my boss keep attacking me. because they see what I'm doing. I get everybody on my job get on this stage repair. I don't play. So they see me like 2, 3, every time they see me on the phone. Every time they see me on the phone, like next day, they see like 1, 2, 3 people. I'm in a circle, give you some nuggets. Say, hey, that's how we supposed to do. That's what we see. You know, what you was talking about over there? I was like, oh, that's my customers and my agent I was talking to. So you be like, so you got people who work for you too? I'm like, yeah, I'm in the business, but I'm not in business by myself. I got people who work for me. You're like, what? So after then, those people, man, I got one guy who doesn't even like me on this thing, on this job. But I don't care, I keep pushing. This is my business. I'm not gonna let nobody stop what I'm doing. I'm going to the top. Thank you, Coach Kevin.
Man, thank you. And that's what I love about what he just said. Guys, it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter if you don't know what to do. None of that matters. It doesn't matter if you have an accent. It doesn't matter if you have a job. It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. It doesn't matter if you speak Spanish. None of that matters. What matters is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to go through the things to help you get to that next level? Are you willing to make the sacrifices? Are you willing to become the person you need to become so people can be empowered by you? Are you aware that you're going to attract what you want? Here's a book I want to recommend to you. It's by Napoleon Hill. It's titled Outwitting the Devil. Hey, you ever hear people say, I know that was the devil? My aunt used to say it all the time. My grandma, I know that was the devil. Look, Outwitting the Devil. It talks about mindset. It's the same makers of Think and Grow Rich. Outwitting the Devil. Very important. Grab this book. There's an audio version you can get on YouTube as well. So I don't have enough time to bring up more people. I know it's a lot of you may want to continue to talk. I'm going to be bringing some people up next week. I got a special surprise for y'all next week, Saturday. So you definitely want to make it. I went 28 minutes over today. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. That makes sense. I know y'all got a lot of nuggets after 12 o'clock, but I want to respect your time. So I do apologize for going over. I want to give a shout out to every single leader that spoke today, that dropped some nuggets on you guys today. And we got tons of other leaders that I'm sure would have loved to speak. I'm going to bring them up next week and future events. But thank you so very much just for hopping on. I hope you guys got a lot of value. This is one I'm going to make sure I put it on my YouTube channel. And then the last thing I want to mention to you before we close this out is this. A lot of the leaders already alluded to this, but I want to reiterate. And if you notice a pattern, I've been consistently promoting this to you. Why? Because for some of you, I heard somebody say, well, I don't have such and such in New York. I don't have such and such. They coming up to you. You got to get to these events. You heard Mr. Jay Williford mention this. You heard other leaders mention this. You got to get to these events, and you can't make them all, but don't make an excuse for yourself. Don't let this whole tour go by and you don't make not one of the locations, right? Let me show you the other locations, right? So Tampa's coming up next. Then they come in here to Miami. Then they're going to Atlanta. Then they're going to Phoenix, Arizona. Then they're going to Los Angeles. Then they're going to Baltimore. I know Kyle and his team are going to be over there for sure, right? Then they're going to Brooklyn, New York. I know a lot of you up north. My friend who posted said she's from New York, get to Brooklyn. Then they're going to Chicago. They're going to 2 different places in Texas, Houston and Dallas. And then they're going back up north to Boston for 2 more. So I need you to get to these locations. It's $20 for the training to get in. It's free for guests because they're going to be doing a presentation to bring new people into the company. So as I mentioned to you, you want to get everyone to these events because that presentation is going to help. Maybe your significant other don't believe into the business. Get them there just to see the information. They're not an agent. Maybe you got a family or friend that still don't believe in you. Get them to that event. Say, hey, come to the event. It's free. Come check it out. Come check it out. Come support me. This is the time where you cash in your favors. This is the time anybody who you've ever done a favor for, tell them I need you to show up. A lot of students are graduating right now. Y'all notice people are graduating. Get your nieces and nephews to these locations to hear these top leaders. Some of them don't know what they're going to do after high school. Get them in this event with these leaders so they can see Miss Kiki Joseph, so they can see Caitlin, so they can see Jay Williford, right? So they can see Miss Kiwi, so they can see Miss Anisha Holder, so they can see Christina, so they can see all these leaders like Donnie, like Mr. Alan Pender, like Mr. Everton, who's going to show up. And I promise you, just like Abe said earlier, sometimes when you shake the hand of some of these leaders, it just gives you power, but you got to be in the building for that to happen. Again, I thank you guys for showing up. Let's crush it today. I love you, and I'm gonna load this on my YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the other side. Good job today, guys. We gone.